Alrighty, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. This is your host, ID Jester. We're back with the greatest Dominion tutorial series on the internet, anywhere in the world, right here. We're going to be talking about the 5th expansion for Dominion. We're talking about, that's right, Cornucopia in all of its grandeur. We're going to show you guys the cards. We're going to talk about the expansion. We're going to talk about what it's like, advantages, disadvantages. We're going to show you guys the cards, and then we're going to actually play with the Cornucopia cards to give you an idea of how they might play. So as I mentioned, we're hopefully making one of the best Dominion tutorial series on the internet. It's been a while since we actually did an episode, so I wanted to do that for you guys today. So Dwayne Martz, YouTube Network, thank you for coming out. Viper Dave, thanks guys, I appreciate it. So, Cornucopia is the 5th Dominion expansion. It was released in June of 2011. And the main basic theme for this was that it was a variety of cards in your hand, variety of cards in play, variety of cards in your discard pile. So it wanted players to think about variety of cards, getting lots of variations of cards, get lots of different cards instead of focusing in on getting just one or two specific cards over and over again. It wanted to give people a better option for expansion, getting lots of different cards in their cards. Getting lots of different cards in their deck. So this was originally designed. It came on the Tales of Prosperity, which was a well-received, well-loved expansion. This one was also well-loved, except for there's one card, which we're going to talk about in a little while, that people were not a big fan of. But the rest is very interesting and very well received by the community. So, Cornucopia, if you noticed, I picked up the box here. You cannot actually order Cornucopia by itself anymore. The only way to get it is with a dual pack, because Cornucopia is what they call a small expansion. So when it was originally released, it came on the Tales of Prosperity, and Prosperity went over so well they didn't want to take away from from everyone loving that expansion and it's selling like hotcakes. So they didn't want to take away from that. So they wanted to come out with just a little expansion to kind of go along with that, to keep things going with in the community and kind of expansion, but they wanted to go into small boxes. So Cornucopia was released June of 2011. It only contains 13 kingdom cards. It contains extra cards, which we're going to show you, but there's only 13 different kingdom cards, and it focuses in on friendly engine cards. So there's not a lot of attacking. There's not a lot of screwing your opponents over. There's not a lot of bad manipulation between the players. It's focused on getting your deck engine up and running and performing the best that it can. So that's what it kind of did, and that's what it kind of does. As I mentioned, you can only get Cornucopia now in the dual pack. In the US, it comes with Guilds, is the second expansion that comes with this one. If you get the Dutch version, though, it comes with Alchemy. So Cornucopia comes with Alchemy in the Dutch version. In the US version, you should see something very similar to this, which is going to take two of the little expansions, and put them together. Guilds is our 8th expansion, I believe, so we haven't got to this one yet, but we'll be looking at this one sometime down the line. So, Cornucopia. So as I talked about, it is the 5th expansion. It has 13 different cards. It focuses in on friendly engine building mechanics, which a lot of people really enjoyed. This is a well-received game except for one card, which is called Tournament, and we're going to show you why. The reason it was a lot of people poo-pooed the Tournament card was Tournament, actually, when you play this card, you get a prize. And there is going to be a stack of prizes, and you're going to select one of those as your reward. And it can make the game very swingy, because if players, it seems like the player that gets the most prizes gets the leg up on everyone else and can then dominate the game after that. So it was kind of what people call the swinging card. If you get the prize before I get the prize, then you're going to win. If I get the prize before you do, then I'm going to win. So just keep that in mind. If you're new to Dominion and you're looking to create different packs with Cornucopia, you might want to, at the beginning, at least take the Tournament card, set that aside, and try a few of the cards. The ones that are really well liked by a lot of the community is Fishing Village, Hamlet, Horn of Plenty, Hunting Party, Menagerie, and Tournament. These are all great engine building cards. People love those cards. So try a bunch of those in your kingdom, and you should be very successful. All right. So I think that's all we're going to talk about as far as the background and the history goes for Cornucopia. I don't think there's anything else. There is, Donald Vicerino has a lot of information about why he did certain things. And he basically, as I talked about, they decided to come out with a small expansion after Prosperity. And so basically Donald stole a bunch of cards from other sets that were already put together. And he basically hodgepodged a bunch of cards together and released it as Cornucopia. And so that's how it kind of came into being. And like I said, the community loved it, and it was well received. And the engine building, that's what people wanted to see. More engine building, deck building, getting your engine up and going, and trying different combos. And so, of course, that is the fun of Dominion and why it's the number one board game of all time. So what I'm going to do here is slide over a few things here as we go over the cards with you guys. So here you go. Of course, we're using our Steam program that you can purchase online and purchase all of the different expansions for it. You can see we are currently at the fifth one. The base, of course, Intrigue was the first, Seaside was the second, Alchemy was the third, Prosperity was the fourth, Cornucopia is the fifth. And you can actually play this. You can play the base game for free, and then each week they have 2 different expansions that are unlocked for free, and it happens to be Hinterlands and Guilds this week. So you don't need to purchase anything to get into Dominion and try it out for yourself, but I would highly, highly recommend, if you enjoy deck building, if you enjoy card play, if you enjoy strategy games, if you enjoy anything remotely like that, Dominion for me is my number one game of all time. I love Dominion. It is far superior than any other game out there. I will always love it because of the variety and the amount of content that it has for it. And so for me, purchasing this and all the expansions was like, I think it was around $150. I actually have 2 complete sets of Dominion boxed games. I have one set that I keep just up on my shelf that I don't use to play the cards or anything. I just use these up on my shelf. And then I have another set that I have taken out of the box and put together so I can use those cards. So, anyways, let's look at some of the cards, shall we? The Kingdom cards. Hamlet. It's a 2-cost action card. It gives you +1 card, +1 action, and you may discard a card for an action. You may discard a card for +1 buy. So, again, nice variety going on. You're going to see a lot of variety on this. So you get an extra card, you get an action, and then, there's this card. I can't do anything with it. Oh, now I can do something. I can discard it for an action, or I could discard it for a buy, or I could discard 2 cards, one for an action, one for a buy, and that's all for 2 cost. That seems pretty reasonable, doesn't it? I'm liking that card a lot. Let's see what the next card is. Yes, go away. Thank you. Let's go to the Fortune Teller. It's a 3 cost action attack. Gives you 2 extra coins. Money. Each other player reveals cards from the top of their deck until they reveal a victory card or a curse. They put it on top and discard the rest. Lovely how the mechanics of this game actually use like real life stuff, like Fortune Teller. What does a Fortune Teller do? It tells you what's going to happen in the future. So we're going to find a card, we're going to put it on top because that is your future. So I love how just thematically the mechanisms, and there's not a lot of mechanisms in a deck building Dominion game. There's very few mechanisms. So to have things fall into place like this is just wonderful. All right. Measure A. It's 3 cost action. You get an extra action, so it pays for itself. And you reveal your hand. If the revealed cards all have different names, you're going to get 3 extra cards. Otherwise, you get 1 card. So again, variety, we talked about this in the beginning. It wants you to try for variety. Gets lots of different cards in your deck, and you will be rewarded for that. So lots of opportunities for engine building. Measure A. We have the Farming Village. It's a 4 cost action. Gives you plus 2 actions. And you're going to reveal cards from your deck until you reveal a treasure or an action card. Put that card in your hand and discard the rest. So nice way to, it's going to pay for itself as an action, and it's also going to pay for whatever action you go and find out of your deck. Very nice. Farming Village. The Horse Traders. It is a 4 cost action reaction. It's going to give you plus 1 buy and plus 3 money. But you have to discard 2 cards. That 3 money is very tempting, but you're going to have to discard 2 cards. They could be 2 coppers. That's 2 money right there. But if you got a lot of dead cards in your hand or curses or anything like that, you could discard those cards and get the full 3 money. When another player plays an attack card, you may first set this aside from your hand. If you do, then at the start of your next turn, you get an extra card and return this to your hand. So it prevents people from attacking you. Just buying one of these keeps your opponent thinking, if I buy an attack card, he'll be able to block it, and he'll get a reward for it. So, nice. Horse Traders. Remake 4 cost action. Do this twice. Trash a card from your hand and then gain a card costing exactly 1 more than it. So this has got a couple purposes in that you can upgrade your 3 cards into 4 cards, your 4 cards into 5 cards, your 5 cards into 6 cards, which are gold or something like that. But it's also, if you have kingdoms that don't have 4 cost cards, you can trash silvers because there's no cards that cost 4. When you trash a card, you're going to gain a card that costs exactly 1 more than that. If there is no card that costs that amount, then you just trash the card and you get nothing, which is what you might want to actually do in some cases. If you want to try to get rid of coppers, right? If you want to try and get rid of your copper cards, or if you want to try to get rid of curses, or if you want to try to get rid of, silver cards or something like that later in the game, you might want to remake them into something else. Plus, it also gives you the option to upgrade those 4 cards into 5s and the 5 cost cards into 6s. So, interesting how this one is going to come into play. Remake tournament. This is, as we talked about, the problem child for this expansion, because, as I mentioned, the first player that gets a tournament and gets a reward is going to get the advantage on your opponent. So it gives you an extra action, so it pays for itself. Each player may reveal a province from their hand. If they do, discard it and gain any prize from the prize pile or a duchy onto your deck. If no one else does, so each player may reveal a province from their hand. So if you have a province, you can reveal it. If no one else does have this, you're going to get an extra card and an extra coin as well. And we're going to look at the prizes in a little bit. So the prizes come from this card. So you can see once you get your first province, you get a tournament, you can have the upper hand on your opponents with your prizes. Young Witch, 2 cost, action, attack. Gives you +2 cards and discard 2 cards. Each other player may reveal a Bane card from their hand. If they don't, they gain a curse. And then setup, if you use the Young Witch, you add an extra kingdom card pile that's going to cost either 2 or 3 to the supply from that card. From adding an extra kingdom card pile costing 2 or 3 to the supply, cards from that pile are Bane cards. Ooh, Bane cards. And of course, those would be the cards that are going to prevent the curses from the Young Witch. Very similar to the Witch card. You know, she's going to be giving players curses, but if you buy a card from that Bane set of cards, then you won't be getting curses from the Young Witch anyways. So that is 8 of the cards. You can see in this expansion is going to be over before you know it. Harvest. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, then discard them. You get +1 money per differently named card revealed. This is a 5 cost action. Again, wanting you to get a variety. So if you have 4 cards and there are 4 different cards, you're going to get 4 money. 4 money for 5 cost is really good. So obviously you won't be getting 4 money every time because you're going to probably run into some doubles and stuff, but it definitely makes you think about purchasing lots of different cards. Horn of Plenty. It's a 5 cost treasure. You can see it's yellow. Any yellow cards are treasure cards. Gain a card costing up to 1 per differently named card you have in play, counting this card. If it's a victory card, then you trash the Horn of Plenty. So a way for the Horn of Plenty to keep giving back. Again, thematically, right? The Horn of Plenty just keeps giving and giving and giving to you until you do something wrong to it, and then it goes away. So that is basically thematically another way for this game. It is just going to cause you lots of extra coinage for every differently named guard you have in play. If you have 5 different guards in play, 5 money. That's pretty good. And then you can buy something with that. But if you buy something as a victory card, you're going to have to trash the Horn of Plenty, which eventually you might want to do anyways. Hunting Party, 5 cost action card. It gives you +1 card, +1 action. You're going to reveal your hand. And you're going to reveal cards from your deck until you reveal one that isn't a copy of one card in your hand. And you're going to put it into your hand and discard the rest. So you're going to reveal your hand. You're going to reveal cards from your deck until you reveal one that isn't a copy of a card in your hand. And then you're going to put it into your hand and discard the rest. So give you more variety, which, again, more variety will help you with the other cards as well. The Jester, and yes, my favorite card in all of Dominion. Here it is, the Jester, and I think I really am pushing hard for Donald Vizcaino. If you ever watch this, I'm pushing hard to rename this card ID Jester. Not just Jester, it should be called ID Jester. Come on now, Donald. You know better than that. You should have given me my own card way back in the day. Oh, So it is the number one card of all expansions right here. So if you get any expansion for Dominion, your first purchase should be Cornucopia just so you can have the Jester. It's a 5-cost action attack. You get 2 money, lovely, and every other player discards the top card of their deck. If it's a victory card, they gain a curse, haha. Otherwise, they gain a copy of the discarded card, or you do, your choice. So if they flip up a really good card, you get a copy of it. If they flip up a really bad card, guess what? You get it. It's the best card in Dominion without a doubt. The Jester. 5-cost action attack. Best card in Dominion right there. And it comes in Cornucopia. Lovely card. Best card. There it is. Best card. I'm calling it right now. It is gives you 2 money. And it lets you get something really good, or it lets you give something crappy to somebody else. What else is there? That's the best part of Dominion right there. It is the core of Dominion is what the Jester does. And of course, we're pushing hard for this card to be renamed ID Jester. All right, last card, the Fairground 6-cost victory card. It's worth 2 per every 5 differently named cards you have. Rounded down. So you're going to need 10 differently named cards in your deck, and you're going to have 4 victory points for every one of the Fairgrounds. There's going to be 12 Fairground cards, so you can get quite a chunk of victory points just by getting a bunch of extra cards in your deck. So, as we talked about, the one kind of blemish to this whole thing is the tournament and the prizes, and we'll show you why, because when you see the prizes, there is a group of 5 prizes here, and each one of these is super powerful and can really change the game in your favor. Then the bag of gold. It's an action prize. You get an extra action, and you get a gold onto your deck. Wow. So you just automatically get another gold, and you get another action. So this card basically is free. You get another action to play. And you get a gold every time it comes around. I don't know about you, but it sounds broken to me. Diadem. It's another treasure prize. It gives you 2 money and gives you +1 money per unused action you have. So if you have lots of cards that give you +2 actions and you don't use those actions, you're going to just get extra money, more extra money, more, tons of money. You're going to have so much money you won't know what to do with. Fowlers. It is again an action attack prize. It gives you +2 cards, which is not bad. As you know, in this game, getting cards is super powerful. Then you gain in estates, which is not the best thing in the world. But every other player gains a curse and discards down to 3 cards in hand. So you're getting 2 extra cards, which is a good thing. You gain in estates, which is kind of it's not the best thing. It's worth a victory point. But every other player is going to get a curse and discount down to 3 cards, which is going to severely hamper their next turn. So gain a curse, jam up their deck, and they only have 3 cards to play with. Not great. Princess, action prize, +1 buy. And this turn, cards cost 2 less. That's all. Just 2 less. I mean, literally a third of the cost normally. Get a gold for 4. Yeah. Get a province for 6. Get that witch for 3. You can get tons and tons of cards. And you get an extra one. So get like 8 or 10. You're going to be buying 2, 3 really good cards. Because they all cost 2 less. And last but not least, the Trusted Seed. It's an action prize. Choose 2. 2 extra cards, 2 extra actions, 2 extra money, or gain 4 silvers and put your deck into your discard pile. And the choices have to be different. So you can have 2 cards and 2 actions, 2 cards and 2 money, gain 4 silver and 2 actions. I mean, what do you want? We're just giving you stuff. We're just handing you stuff on a silver platter. How much stuff do you want? Here you go. You want cards, you want actions, you want money. I mean, you can just take it all. Take it all. Take it all. All right, so that is a look at the prices. You can see why people are not. This, like I said, it's not that this is game breaking. It just feels like to a lot of the professional Dominion players that this card can make or break the kingdom. And obviously, the first player that gets prizes has the leg up on everyone. You could say that technically with a lot of other cards in Dominion, but this one just has that. It sticks out kind of like a sore thumb because all the other cards work together with engine building. This doesn't really do anything for engine building. It kind of just like, here, shoot for this, and the first player that gets to this is going to, have an advantage. So, anyways, there you go. So that is Cornucopia. Hamlet, the Fortune Teller, Menagerie, the Farming Village, Horse Traders, Remake, Tournament, The Young Witch, Harvest, Horn of Plenty, Hunting Party, The Jester, and the Fairgrounds. And then, of course, your prizes that go along with the tournament. So, let's get a game going now, shall we? We're going to do Cornucopia. Play. Oh, wow. He's got a 5. Oh, boy. He's got a 5. He's got a 5-2 start. I don't know if that's going to be the advantage or not. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about with the 5-2 start, whenever you start with your 10 cards, you're either going to have 3 coppers and 4 coppers. 3 coppers in your first hand, or 4 coppers in your first hand, and then you're going to have the opposite in your second hand. Or you're going to have 5 coppers in your first hand, or 2, and then the opposite. So it's either 3-4 or 5-2, because there's 7 coppers, so it's going to be one of those 2 combinations. There's advantages and disadvantages to both of those, especially because he's going to have 2 coming up in his next hand. And you can see we literally have no cards that cost 2. So it's going to be like a dead hand to him. So he did get a 5 cost card right off the bat, which happened to be, let's see, did we go to the, oh, there we go. Which one did he buy? He bought the Hunting Party. So he bought the Hunting Party, which is going to give him an extra card, an extra action, reveal his hand, reveal cards from your deck until you reveal one that isn't a copy of it, put the rest into your discard pile. So, there you go. So he's got a 5 cost. We, obviously, have the 3-4 combo because we have 3 coppers. That means our next hand is going to have 4 coppers. So the only thing we can buy is something that costs 3 and then something that costs 4. And we talked about this in our intro and how to play Dominion. So we have to look at the 3-4 combo. So normally if you get the 3-4 combo, if you're going to try for engine building, you want to get some cards that work together. You want to get a silver if possible. So what we're going to, oh yes, I have to play all my treasures first. Now it shows that I can either get a Menagerie, a Fortune Teller. What's the Fortune Teller? Gives us 2 money, which is the same amount as a silver, and each other player reveals cards from the top of their deck until they reveal a victory card or a curse. They put it on top and discard the rest. Alright, so I mean it kind of weakens him a little bit, not greatly, but we're going to take a silver. That's what we're going to do. So he's going to have his 2, which we just talked about. So he's not going to be able to buy anything because nothing costs 2 other than a copper, which costs 0. So technically he could buy 1, but he would just be weakening his hand. And as I talked about, we have got 4 because 3 and 4 is 7. There are 7 coppers you start with. If you start with 3 in your first hand, the next hand you're going to have 4. And even math, for me, is not that hard. So, Oh, the fortune teller is the Bane card. Right. Because it says right there on it, Bane, dummy. I think I'm going to just get the farming villains. And he bought a Majoret. The reveal cards all have different names, plus 3 cards. Alright. Playing our cards' name. Look at that. Now we got 5 because we bought that silver. Now I'm thinking Horn of Plenty. What do you guys think? Or do we go with... I think we're going to go with the... We're going to go with the Horn of Plenty. And he had 1 copper in his hand. Wow. Or, well, he played 2 coppers. So, again, he did not have a very good hand, which is good for us. Farming Village, we're going to play in action. We finally got to play in action. And we drew a copper. So, well, I mean... 3 again, which is going to get us another silver. Now, he did a lot of stuff there. So what did he do? Played a hunting party, drawed a card, gets an extra action, reveals an estate in 4 coppers. He reveals 2 estates, 2 coppers, and a Majoret. Puts a card in her hand and discards 4 cards with the copper on top. Plays the Majoret, gets an extra action, reveals an estate in 4 coppers, draws a card, plays 4 coppers, buys and gains a remake, shuffles her deck, and draws 5 cards. So, okay, a lot of good stuff there. We're going to play this and this and this. Gain a card costing up to 2. What if I don't want to? Is there an option to not? So, yeah, I'm going to end buys because that was a pretty terrible hand. He's remaking, what is he remaking? Trashes and estates and gains a Majoret. So we got rid of an estates which cost 2 for a Majoret which costs 3, which makes sense. Alright, I will play this to get a 6, which is probably going to have to be a gold. Farming Village, which will give us this, which is going to give us a... I think we're going to go with the Harvest. We're going to try for a variety. We're going to try for a lot of variety. We haven't got a Majoret. Let's get a Majoret. And now we're just going to play all of our treasures. And now this should be worth a lot more. So we are going to take a remake. And then we have 7. And then there was 7. Majoret, please, into a harvest. Play the treasures. We're gonna go for another gold. I gotta start. Whoa, he's going crazy. Go to this. Play our treasures. Hunting party it is. Lovely. Horn of plenty. We'll get a silver out of that. And then we got 7. We need some more gold because we need to get to that magic 8. He had a lot of Majorets there, didn't he? I'm gonna remake. I can remake a copper into nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5, or a silver into a, yeah, we'll go with Young Witch. Play treasures and buys. He's got a good little combo going there, doesn't he? Good lord. All right, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this one, right? And Majoret into a harvest. Player treasures. We got 13 to purchase. We're going to start buying a province because farming village, playing your treasures, horn of plenty, into a farming village, into a province. Okay, we got to do this the correct way. We got all of our actions. So we better go with hunting party first. Let's go with the Young Witch. I have to discard 2 cards. Let's discard the Estates and the remake because I have no actions left. How do you like that curse, buddy boy? Play our treasures and the Horn of Plenty. Oh, it's got to be a jester. It's got to be a jester. Come on now. You know better than that. And it's gold. He's got a much thinner deck than I do, but let's go farming village. Majoret. Play in our treasures. It is a 6 cost card that we are taking from you. There are 5 provinces left. You better get busy if you're going to get any points. Farming village into go to hunting party. Hunting party into a farming village. You can see that card that gives you extra money for every extra action. We have 3 actions left still. We're going to harvest. We're going to remake. We're going to remake a We're going to remake an Estates into a Majoret. We're going to get a trash a card. Let's get rid of copper. Let's play our treasures. We have 8. Let's get a province. It is 26-0 right now. We're doing okay. I think we're doing okay. Uh-oh. He bought a tournament. The game is over now. Alright. So we will Majoret into a hunting party. Ooh, we only have one action left. So we're going to have him flip up his card to see what it is. It was a victory pointer, so he automatically gets a curse. Congratulations. We will play ours. We're going to have another province. There are 3 provinces left. It is 32-1 at this point. Play our treasures. Play the Horn of Plenty. Get a Majoret and a Jester. Oh, he bought a fairgrounds. He bought a fairgrounds farming village into a Jester. He pops up a hunting party, which we will gain that. We will do a Jester again, and it's a tournament. Ooh. We will gain it. We don't want him gaining it. We'll play the treasures. We again have 10, so we'll buy another province. It is 38-2. We will do a Majoret into a Witch. Give him another curse. We will discard an Estates and a Harvest. Okay. We'll play our treasures. Somehow we still have 9 and are going to buy another province. And he does nothing on his turn, so we will buy this and do this. We're going to trash a silver. We're going to make it a witch. And we're going to trash a card. Oh, we're going to trash the card and then trash the card again. Right, I forgot. That's a double trash. We are not going to play that card then. We're going to end our actions. We don't need to trash. Play our treasures. We're going to buy every Jester we can. Just to make him upset. We're going to buy a tournament. Farming village. Hunting party. Majoret. Jester. He's got a tournament. We gain it. Majoret. Into another Jester. Remake. We'll gain it. Play our treasures. End the game. End the misery. And get it done. 50-2. Woof. Woof. That was... somehow it switched back to very easy. I was on harder difficulty, but... still, that was pretty good, huh? Let's rematch. Or is it the same? It's a different setup. In fact, it's still the fortune teller is the Bane card. But you can tell we have a different set because we have the Hamlet now. We have the tournament and the Young Witch, the Harvest, the Majoret, the Farming Village, and the Remake, and the Horn of Plenty, and the Hunting Party, and the Fairgrounds. So we lost one card and gained another card. Let's see if we can... let's end this... Resign. Let's rematch and see if we get... Okay, he has a 3-4 combo. I'm trying to see if we can get a couple of the other cards. There's only a couple other cards in this set, because there's only 13. We're going to be playing with 11 of them, because we have the Young Witch. That means we're only missing 2 of them. Alright, let's play the treasures. Let's go Majoret. What did he buy? What did he buy? Remake. I'm going to go with the silver. I am going to go with the witch. Because why not? Majoret. Treasures. Silver. Let's go with the hunting party. Let's give him discard 2 cards. Estates. Copper. Okay. Take a curse and like it. Are we going to try and just jam him up with a whole bunch of curses? Or is that what we're going to do? Now let's get the farming village for those extra actions. We're going to need lots of actions. Farming village. Play the treasures. Now we can get a gold. Let's go. Let's go. It's over. We got that gold right off the bat. Hunting party. Do a witch. Discard the 2 estates. We won't need them. Give them another curse. And we will take another gold. Give us some gold. Majoret. Play the treasures. We're going to get another farming village. I like the farming village. I think the farming village is an excellent card. He's playing a lot of cards. Congratulations. Lovely. Farming village into another farming village. Into almost enough to get a province. Let's go. Let's go. Do we just want to blast through like a whole bunch of fairgrounds? No, not really, not yet. I think we just go gold. How's this curses working out for you, buddy? He is drawing a lot of cards, so. Hunting party. Into a witch. We have to discard some estates. Play our treasures. Into another hunting party. Oh, he trashed his curse. Damn it. We gotta give him more curses then. Let's go. Province. Let's start winning. I'm gonna end up with 7 again. Damn it. See the engine he's building over there? That's very nice. Very, very nice. Playing lots of cards. That's what, you know, that's what Dominion's all about. Play this card, do this, draw these cards. Looks like he's having fun over there, but he's not winning. That's the most important part. Draw that. Draw that. Let's go hunting party. Let's give another hunting party out there. Let's go young witch. Let's get rid of an estates and a province. We just discard these cards. Let's go Majoret. Let's play our treasures. We got 13. Province it is. I have all treasures, which is going to be another province. Majoret. Treasures. Farming Village. As you see why people like this expansion, just because you get to do these really cool maneuvers. You get to play this card, it's going to draw a bunch of cards, it's going to give you a bunch of things, and then you're going to get to put a lot of things in play, and it's going to be super fun. Which? Play the treasures. Unfortunately, that one didn't work out for us very well, did it? I'm going to take the Hamlet. I think a Hamlet is a good card. I do think it's a good card. Oh, we're missing the Jester. That's the card we're missing, of course. God. How could you be so ridiculous? Alright, let's just take a 27-0 lead. That's fine. Oh, I was going to adjust their difficulty. Make them push a little harder towards victory points. Do this. Do the hunting party. Do the Hamlet. We're going to discard for an action. +1. Well, we don't need an action, so let's take a buy. Play treasures. Play treasures. And we're going to end our buys. We don't need anything else. We've got what we came for. Discard these discarding cards. Hunting party. Which... we'll get rid of the 2 provinces. Play our treasures. Get 6. I'm trying to get through all the provinces so we can end this. Because it's not like he's going to come back. Farming village. Farming village. Mazaret. Play the treasures. Let's go fairgrounds, which is now up to 4 victory points per. So... hunting party. Itch. Play treasures. Play a province. Thank you. Let's go hunting party. Farming village. Hunting party. Hamlet. Discard this for an extra buy. Play our treasures. We have 11 we can purchase at this. And at this. Play treasures. Play this. And we're going to end it just like that. Just like that. So again, you can see why people really like Cornucopia, the 5th expansion for the Dominion deck building game by Donald Vizcaíno. It's very fun. You got a lot of engine building things, lots of things to, oh, I got 6 of these, which lets me draw 3 cards, which then puts this into play, which then allows me to draw a card. You got, what's the top on your deck? Oh, give me a copy of that card. All kinds of really cool things that you can do. It's definitely an engine building game, especially when it works with a lot of the other expansions. So, there you go. That is a look at Dominion Cornucopia, the 5th expansion that was released June in 2011. The 6th expansion coming up will be Hinterlands, and it was released just a few short months later in 2011, October of 2011. Hinterlands was released to the public with 26 Kingdom cards. Next time we get together, we're going to get to show you guys and talk to you guys about the Hinterlands expansion. So thanks so much for enjoying this. Thanks so much for your support. If you do enjoy this, leave a like. Let us know in the comments section down below if there's any suggestions, any comments you want to have. If you have played this expansion, what is your favorite card? What do you think of the tournament card? Is this as bad as people think, or is it blown out of proportion? And we will see you all next time. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all down the line.